It's time.
Woohoo!
All right, here we go.
The Cocktail Show.
Get ready to have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
This is exciting, isn't it?
Woo!
Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
We're official,
I've
folks.
allotted 1 hour for recreational activity. There's no time for irrelevant conversation. Fun will now commence.
Cocktail Show.
Gary.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Gary.
But wait, there's more.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's Garry Meier.
3, 2, 1, 0.
It's Friday, the 13th of January, 2023, and we're streaming live at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central on The Garry Meier Show, Cocktail Hour Live.
Cocktails. Woo! Drinks.
And of course, no matter where you are, it's time for a digital mimosa. Notwithstanding all the wazzy and woozy Garry talks about happening in the world, it's been quite a week for fans of themed entertainment. Here in Central Florida, Legoland invited me out to preview its new Pirate River Quest boat ride, right through the canals of the old Cypress Gardens area of the park. It's a very family-friendly 20-plus minute attraction. Closer to my house, Disney finally announced that the long-awaited Tron Light Cycle Run roller coaster attraction will open April 4th at Magic Kingdom. The night before that, an updated version of the Happily Ever After fireworks show returns to the park. At Epcot, the Epcot Forever fireworks show returns as well for a temporary run until Epcot's next big new nighttime spectacular is ready. Speaking of Epcot, its International Festival of the Arts just got underway today. It runs through February 20th, celebrating the performing, visual, and culinary arts, with Disney on Broadway concerts every night, and food, beverage, merchandise, and other artistic endeavors throughout the festival. Beyond my usual beat, Disneyland had some exciting announcements this week, as did Universal, which announced a new family-friendly park in Texas, a new horror-based attraction in Las Vegas, and in Hollywood, its new Super Nintendo World opens February 17th and has reportedly already had a soft opening, meaning it could be running if you're there before its grand opening. Yes, the themed entertainment business continues its comeback. Back in the online world, the GarrForce Live YouTube channel remains the preferred way to stream along with the show.
YouTube.
Please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified automatically when we're streaming a live show. All of the past Cocktail Hour shows are on the channel too. Please like and share the show on all the social media channels. Comments during the live show, wherever we're live streaming, can be seen in our virtual studio, and we may show them on the screen and or talk about them. Now, fasten your seatbelts, it's time to go wheels up on the GarrForce Live.
Subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel. That's what you should do. That's where we gather. Dig it? And we drink. Why not? Boom. Shaka-laka. Here we go. Yes, we are here. Thank you, Alan, for that wonderful introduction. Let me do what I've got to do to get things officially started, and then we're going to start our little conversation here. We're taking the tires out. We're going to light them up. There they are. Kick the tires, light them up. And now, Leslie, if you'll remove your condom, please, so we can do this officially. The cocktail.
It would be my pleasure, sir.
Okay.
And last week was like kind of jinky with the way it went, but I'm using the same condom, and I'm hoping that we've got something new going on.
Okay,
here,
you got
but
buoyancy.
there we go.
There it goes. Roll it.
Oh,
yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
you did.
one had some height.
By
Woo!
jinky, she means last week she popped it off and it just held onto her hand like, please don't leave me. I love you
No.
so much. This is a new condom that we've introduced for 2023 that Ryan has sent to Leslie. It has a reservoir tip.
I am not using those. I am saving those for
You haven't put that.
Our
Oh, you're
valued.
giving those away, but you're not using them on your bottle. Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right.
I'm
all right,
using
all right.
the old one. Yeah, because I'm so caring about the earth and the environment.
Mhm.
I like to recycle my condoms as long as it's safe to do so, but not these. These are
All right.
fresh and they're for
And
you.
one is going to be given away at the end of the program. That's for sure. She saves the planet.
Mhm.
All right.
Virtue
Let me say hello
signal.
to people because we got a lot to talk about here. And the first in every week, Keely Ann, maybe Angry Mama wouldn't be so angry if she pet her schnauzer once in a while. What do you think, Angry Mama? What do you think about that? Hey.
How do you know I don't?
Yeah,
I might be doing it right now.
that's right.
Except I don't have arms. They're
That's
just little
right.
triangles.
There she is. All right. And Chuck from WRLR has checked in, and he got his roast to order coffee finally. And yeah, it smells refreshing when you open it, and then when you drink it, double whammy. I did it today. I did a double beaver, and then I got my roast to order coffee, and the dead of winter doesn't seem so dead and bad to me. Thanks, Mike Maskow, the proprietor of Roast to Order. He's on board. I saw him up on the comment section.
And nobody commented on the secret cup of coffee I put in the opening the last 2 weeks. Whoops, it's behind the comment.
So secret
Where is it?
that we.
Yeah, it's behind the comment. Wait a minute.
Can't
There it is.
Oh, there.
A lot of subliminal stuff happens in that opening.
Oh, yeah.
Got to really watch it as it goes by. Okay, David R.
Turns out, I just found out in the pre-show that if you want to know how to light a menorah properly, you go back to our
Okay, wait, Leslie.
Hanukkah.
We have a lot of pre-show chatter that's going to flop onto this in just a minute, because that's one of the things that Ellen he's a pruder's everything. David R. Don't forget the schnauzer on these cold winter nights. Pet it and tell it you love it. And that's from Oak Lawn, Illinois. Yes, David, good. Lloydster, he's checked in with TSA confiscated my pocket schnauzer, so I'll be missing the flight. Oh, that's sad. Martin from British Columbia. Happy almost a month until Valentine's Day. If you look in some stores, they've had the Valentine stuff out for about 3 weeks now because Christmas is toast. Amy G. She's in St. Louis, and I was talking about White Castle east of the Mississippi, and she is in St. Louis. I thought St. Louis was east of the Mississippi. I haven't been down there in a while. It's west of the Mississippi, and they have White Castle. So
because otherwise you'd be in East St. Louis, and that's Illinois.
Right. And there's also one of those trick questions on that front where if you asked if Illinois was east or west of the Mississippi, the answer is actually technically both because of some flood that happened after the official layout of Illinois took place. There's a tiny little sliver of Illinois that's west of the Mississippi.
Okay.
There you go.
See,
there's the college credit for this week. Yes.
College credit. Anthony has checked in. And BBQ in Northwest Illinois tonight with the Schnauzer. If this spring in winter, I don't even know what that is. What does that say?
If the spring is in winter, well, because it has been unseasonably warm.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Until the last couple days. Now it's starting to feel like winter again.
All right. Well, the Schnauzer helps you get through any of it. Greg, greetings from, it's Decula, Georgia, right? Home of the Fighting Undead.
It's Dacula, is it?
Every week I go through this. Every freaking week. And
We're just gonna say Georgia from now on.
Exactly. I'm leery to swear because of one of the things we talked about pre-show, and we're going to get to that in just a minute. Kevin, and I like what Kevin said. I like it a lot because he is referencing the Mega Millions tonight, $1.3 billion. And he says he has a good feeling that I'm going to win. And I got to tell you, Kevin, when I got my ticket today, there are numbers in there, and I do quick pick that are significant. And I looked at it, I say that every week, but these numbers, they make some sense to me.
So relish the final edition of the Garry Meier Show.
I will. No, Alan. No. You won't even know, Alan. I got to ride it for a while. I have to get with my accountants and stuff, so you won't even know. It's going to be business as usual.
We're going to have Terry Savage on in a little while. See, all the groundwork is being laid.
Right. Not
for
today, little while, but in a few weeks, we're going to have her on to give us a read on where we're going with this economy. She does all the financial erotica that's out there and digests it and spits it out so we can figure it out. And she's always right. Donna, sound it out, Garry. What?
Dacula,
Dacula. Doug,
Georgia.
free. Doug says gree free today or goo free. Yes, we try every week for that. And Johnny from Michigan, he's here. I saw him go by. And Kathleen, good luck, Garry. Thank you. I'm excited. Did you get a ticket?
Me? Yes, I did.
Leslie, you look lovely as usual.
Oh, thank you.
Garry is ready for a night on the town. Yeah. This is a new, I got this for Christmas, this pullover.
Nice.
Yeah?
Very
You
nice.
like it? Yeah.
Are you going to bring out the screen door?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Let me see.
It's actually Doug reminding you.
We have a graphic because I can't get the damn. Yeah, there it is. Now this side up. All right. All right. Greg, Terry Savage. Yes. Great guest. And I saw that Stick Boy or Stick, he goes by, and he's from Tinley Park, Illinois, home of Bettenhausen. Stick Save. He checked in earlier. I saw him go by. And Banana Man. Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Top of the weekend, Garry. Thank you. Linda from Byron. I assume that's in Illinois. I don't know why I assume that, but I do. I think
Garry,
I've heard
did you
Byron.
know that Illinois, for the most part, is east of the Mississippi, except for a tiny fraction because of a sliver that is west.
Sliver is there. And Greg, are you about to lose control? I hope not 11 minutes in. I hope not. Because this is the home of the kissing schnauzers. Okay, there they are. They're kissing for you.
Aww.
All right. Okay, let's talk about some of the stuff we talked about going on. Okay. One of
Friday the 13th. Anything can happen.
Friday the 13th. Okay.
But I always feel lucky on
know.
Friday.
I find 13 has been lucky for me in the past, so I'm going with that.
Plus, you've had the horseshoe up your keister now for a good 2-3
Since
weeks.
Christmas.
Yeah.
And I got a spare in case.
Okay.
So I got this. I'm rubbing that. That's all good. It feels good. All right.
Said.
YouTube, somebody said in the pre-show that if you swear within the first 5 minutes, I can't win on anything.
Seconds.
I got Facebook on my ass, and now YouTube says you can't. What is that? You can't swear. What do you mean?
You're not supposed to kick a show off with swears. I guess it gives parents time to turn it off. I don't know, but Angry Mama did say, "Damn it." Okay. Yeah.
Wait. I'll play our warning.
Warning: this show contains swears.
Past 5 minutes, so fuck it.
Yeah,
we're
good.
Good to go.
Fuck yeah.
We also were talking about this song that I heard over the holidays, and I really like it. It's called Victoria's Secret. And when my daughter was in town for the holidays, I said to her, I really like this Taylor Swift song, Victoria's Secret. And she looked at me, as she does often, as if I'm from another planet. That's not Taylor Swift.
It's not.
It's
Jax.
Jax.
Yes, Jax.
And I love it.
It's really good. And I seriously, I don't know if I've been living under a rock for the last couple months, but it's like such an affirming song for young ladies who might have a little bit of cellulite on their keisters. It's not like that healthy at any size kind of movement, but it's really a sweet little ditty.
Yeah, it's catchy. It's catchy. I love it. I really do. And I don't know if I asked you what your wine is. I got the Manhattan here with the Luxardo on the bottom. What are you drinking?
Oh, I got a Josh again. Josh Chardonnay.
Okay.
It's
that was my radio name.
Josh Chardonnay.
When I worked in Napa. Yeah.
There you go.
Good evening.
Whoa. Did you never unlocked your jaw when you did radio?
No. Hello, everybody from Napa. Hello. Okay, so we like that song. You know what I saw the other day? It's on the cable. Is Borat, and I hadn't seen it in a while. Oh my God, that thing is so brilliant and funny. And that large guy that Borat is traveling with in the movie, and they have the bear in the ice cream truck. And
okay, I've never seen the movie, but it was an answer on Jeopardy today. Right as they also talked about eating buffalo chicken wings, and Tim and I were eating buffalo chicken wings.
Play the lottery.
Vortex, everybody.
Well, there was a Borat question?
Yep.
Okay.
So how out of the blue is that? Yeah.
Vortex warning. And if you've not seen it, you have to see this movie. And there's a scene where this large guy that he's traveling with, they're at a hotel, and the large guy, Borat goes in to take a shower, and he comes out, and the large guy's on the bed naked, and he's having, as Borat describes it, a hand party with a Pamela Anderson magazine, because the gist of the movie is Borat's going to meet and make Pam Anderson his bride, his wife, and have sexy time. And they get into a fight in the hotel room that's hysterical. And then They leave the hotel room completely naked, both of them. They get on the elevator with other people completely naked, and then they go into this ballroom where there's this real estate convention, and they start wrestling on the stage. It's unbelievable. You have to see it.
Do they pixelate every parts, or is it right there in your?
They pixelate Borat's penis. The other guy is so large, they don't pixelate him because you can't see his penis because it's inside him, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, there is some retraction.
Yeah. So really, I had forgotten a little bit about it, but it's just beautiful. And if you're looking for something really funny, it's hard to believe these people went along with it, with the cameras rolling and everything. And some of the stuff they say, I don't know how he got a release for it, but he did.
Well, remember when we had Sherry Dunn on and she told us that her whole news station was duped, and she was not, because she had the same legal education I had, saw the contract and saw it for the paper thin joke it was.
Yeah, this woman that we had on was in the movie, and he does it. He did it. That's the first one. The first one is called Borat, right? Because Marianne is asking which one. I think it's the first one.
Yeah, his TV series was
18... Go ahead.
18 I was going to say his TV series came before that, and then there was Borat. Yeah.
It had a subtitle that's 20
right.
words
Kazakhstan
long.
Make funny united love or something. Yeah, whatever he does with all that.
But cultural learnings of America for make benefit glorious nation of Kazakhstan. There you go.
Exactly. That. Okay, so we talked about that. And then, speaking of movies, Alan says, I saw The Fabelmans, which took home some Globes on Tuesday. Boy, not only did some people get played off, but Lisa Marie Presley got played off officially. She was there. Yeah. And I don't know. Here, I have a theory. Because that guy who played Elvis in the movie,
Austin Butler,
got her maybe started thinking about her father and all that. Maybe emotionally, I can't say for sure. She went into cardiac arrest and never came out of it. And they haven't said officially, did I hear this? That she had COVID a couple times? Did I hear that, or did I not hear that?
That I hadn't heard that angle, but who's to say?
Yeah. She had a son that committed suicide. I mean, you think these people are living the life, and you look at all the stuff behind the curtain, and it's not good a lot of times.
No, she was burdened from the time she inherited the estate, because I guess Elvis not handling money well, and it was only because of Priscilla that she wasn't destitute. Graceland was just hemorrhaging money. They had sold off all sorts of rights that they probably shouldn't have. So it was complicated.
Death is on the move. We have now done a cocktail show without two popes. We had two popes up until a couple of weeks ago. Barbara Walters, Jeff Beck, Robbie Knievel. Did you hear this one? Evel Knievel's son died at the age of 60.
I did. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. See, that's 95. They lived to the ripe old age of 107. I want to hear that stuff.
No, you don't want to hear 54, 60. Adam Rich from 8 is Enough. How old is he? 48, something like that.
He was 54 as well.
Or 54. That's another number.
You go.
Wait a minute. Start writing these numbers down and play them tonight. Oh, really?
Unfortunately, yeah. Oh, golly.
They're all within the frame of the mega. Your 54s, your 60s. And see if that works for you. So, yeah, a lot of this already happening in the last few weeks of the first of this year. And it's weird, isn't it? When that happens, like you said, when it's in those, okay. We have an urge to gather, and that's why we do this, and to have a good time, because you don't know.
There you go. This could be as good as it gets, folks.
Do you dream?
But we're glad you're spending your last moments with us.
Oh, great. Scott says, upbeat show. Isn't Scott the one that sells things in formaldehyde?
He's got a pony and formaldehyde right there on the counter.
Yeah, at his store.
And a mock electric chair. Yeah.
Wow.
Talk about upbeat.
Wow. That's bad when he says things are not upbeat. All right, we're going to be upbeat. Don't worry about it. But it's in our face right now. It's very weird. What are you going
Like
to do?
that guy's genitals in Borat, the movie.
Exactly. Right in your face. Oh, okay. What else did we talk about right before? Oh, The Fablemans. I wanted to get into this with Alan. He saw that movie, the Steven Spielberg movie, and he said that the menorah in the movie was not lit right.
Yeah, they lit it backwards.
It's Steven Spielberg.
With the Hanukkah menorah, you start adding candles on the right. 1 the first night, 2 the second night, 3 the third night, always on the right. Then you light them left to right. Hebrew's written right to left. That's why you start with the first candle on the right, but you light them in the order that they're new. But in the movie, they did it exactly the opposite way. And I have no idea why.
Okay. Blooper.
It may be intentional. Maybe that's how they did it, but that's
why would
not
they
the way
do that intentionally?
You got
Just
me?
a little Easter egg for you. Yeah, I don't.
Okay. All right.
That's Spielberg, he better get his act together. Because
that's right.
Oh, wait,
otherwise, he's not going to have much of a career.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we are going to talk to Ryan about what's happened in Wisconsin this week. And how much is gas, by the way?
$2.60-ish.
Wow. Nice.
And it's cheaper if you go E88. It's probably $2.45.
Around this area, $2.59. I was in the far northwest suburbs. 322, and then $3.59 around here.
Well, it's still under $3.
You got to go to Wisconsin, Leslie. It's worth it.
I guess.
Spend $50 to save $10.
Well, but I bring all the jugs and put them in the trunk, so the car always smells like gasoline as I bring gallons back with me. That'll be
exactly. Right. Got to save that money. So Ryan's going to do his Wisconsin report a little later. Is there any other ancillary stuff that's not part of the Wisconsin
report? No, just I have, and I'm going to do it live. I just have some more crazy that's happening locally here that just kind of solidifies the week.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we are. Oh, I wanted to say to Alan with the opening, that Lego ride that you showed, shouldn't they have the boat made out of Lego bricks too, to keep it all authentic?
You would think in Florida they'd allow it, but something tells me no. Those were actually licensed boats. They all had a little state seal of approval on them and whatnot. They were actually all piloted, right? There was a live person driving the boat. But yes,
not just a little Lego man.
No. I mean, and not just. I mean, let me turn my camera on. It wasn't a boat on a track. I mean, it was all to show off the Lego, like the little statue they gave us.
What is that?
This is the Kraken taking down the ship, which is also featured on the attraction. I didn't include it in the video, but the Kraken is attacking one of the pirate ships in the course of the ride, and the monkeys have taken over the canals. And it's a cute little Lego story, and Legoland prides itself on making autistic child-friendly attractions. And some of the people I chatted with talked about how friendly it is. But in terms of family friendliness, it's a nice, relaxing boat ride through the swamp.
Okay.
I always imagine that some terrorist would break into Legoland and just reshape the roller coaster overnight, move the track around. Is that would that be how you could do it? And it just goes off it. Never mind.
That's an interesting thought. You thought that, huh?
I did.
Well, that's the wine talking.
And I just thought it again, and now I'm ashamed. I'm sorry.
And Alan, you got to see the Titanic too, right? They had a Titanic.
Well, I saw in the shop the Titanic model, and I can run that.
Because this is interesting how they did this, and producer Keith will want to jump in here because this looks just like the one he built from scratch. Should they have put it into sections like that? I know they're trying to show the interior of the ship, but it's the Titanic. That's how it ended up on the bottom of the ocean.
Actually, that's about right, because that middle section is about what's missing. So
exactly,
that's about right. Yeah.
Oh, it's for sale?
Yeah, that was in the store, which Legoland calls the big store.
And you already have that, Ryan, so you don't need that.
Jamie has it in her office, at work.
So Lego already has his $700.
Yes, they already have my $700.
$700. Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and let's show Keith's model he made for how much, Keith? $35.
I don't know what the balsa would cost, but it wasn't $700.
No, look at that. It's all detailed.
Wow.
And it's
And
in
there's
one
a pic-
piece,
I
too.
have a picture there. There's
There it
there's
is.
the picture.
There it is.
Came in 3 boxes. It was 50 pounds, and
it's a lot of Lego.
And it's assembled. And where is it in your place?
It's at Jamie's office. She has it under a glass case, so she's got this. Yeah.
Wow.
In a single piece or in multiple pieces?
Single piece. It's put together. It looks like it's ready for sailing.
Back when it was still fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't understand the fascination that Jamie has and Keith has, but they're into it.
And they're releasing the new edited 4K movie on February, I think it's, 25th. So she calls me and said, hey, I've got really good news. Call me right away. And I called her. I said, what's up? The Titanic movie's coming out again. I'm going, oh. And I'm going in costume. What'd you say?
Is this an anniversary?
Yeah,
25.
it's another, they remastered it. It was 25th anniversary, and they've remastered it and re-releasing it again. So we'll be in costume and at the theater for 3 hours.
So in 5 more years, we'll be putting together World Trade Center buildings and take them apart and show how
you can have the plane separate for a while.
It's the same thing. I know that the Titanic was a natural disaster, but it's still it's a tragedy. I'm calling that a tragedy. 9/11 is an atrocity. Let's get that straight. But it's still bad.
Well, so how about a Miracle on the Hudson set? And you've got the plane that's landing, and there's Sully Sullenberger, and that would be a thing to do.
There's some anniversary of that this week. I saw it on Good Morning America this morning. They put part of it in a museum.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like a wing? Maybe.
I didn't pay that much attention, but he was honored there. So that'll be the next Lego set.
Okay, great. Because I don't know. I don't know why I want death and bad memories around, but obviously people do.
Yep.
Okay, and that guy that won the Golden Globe on Tuesday for portraying Jeff Dahmer, he hopes that we will learn something by watching that, which I don't know what I could possibly learn. And I guess some of the victims' families are pissed off by that, which they should be, because it was horrendous to get an award for portraying this monster and then getting up there and acting like, well, it's a learning tool.
They were showing a clip from the movie. Oh, yeah. What'd you learn?
You know what you learned, because when they brought him out for the perp walk, he had a Chicago radio station T-shirt on.
Don't give T-shirts away.
You gotta be careful who gets your T-shirts. Usually, all publicity is good.
Not
in that case.
No.
The trailer shows him handing a woman what looks like a turkey sandwich, and we all know that it's probably not a turkey sandwich.
Wow.
And for that reason, Sharks, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know what happened. What could we possibly learn of any value?
Will there be a Lego set of Jeff Dahmer's apartment? And crack it open.
Cooler?
This is where he had the refrigerator with all the heads in. And you can have the little Lego heads in there.
That building was torn down, so that would be a kind of a memorabilia piece then.
Yeah, that's the same thing as far as that goes, but that's me. Don't go by what I think, because I'm woo. All right. So where are we in the program? I'm just
you want to do the Wisconsin report?
For the Wisconsin report, which is going to be live, I think, Ryan.
Yep. You want to do that now?
Sure.
Yeah. So there it is.
There's Wisconsin. Yeah, there it is. Hey, you want to show? Okay, you texted me, and I don't know if this is in the report. The governor, is that in the report?
No, but we can talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about this for just a second. The governor of Wisconsin is banning TikTok.
Yes, on any state computers, networks, all of that to help with cybersecurity practices to keep everybody safe. So that was a big proclamation Tony Evers signed this week. So no TikTok.
I saw an article today that said there were about a dozen states that have done it. The U.S. Department of Defense has done it. There's a number of federal agencies that have done it as well.
And that's just for government computers.
Yeah, right. It's the concern of data sharing with the Chinese government.
Right. So will this spread into the general populace?
Probably at some point.
A lot of
Yes.
people are starting to question, especially since it's got such a huge influence on children. So there are concerns that you've got a kid who's sharing vital information from the time they're small, and all this will now be on file somewhere.
In China.
Wuhan, Red Death, Wuhan. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, isn't that the whole internet? I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And if they shut that down, it'll just pop up in some other form somewhere else, right? How do you control this thing anymore?
Right. It's something else is going to come.
Yeah.
You know, Banana Man makes a point. Should our government workers be doing TikTok videos and watching that sort of shit on our dime anyway?
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah, I like that.
Is that part of the job description? Keep an eye on TikTok?
Right. You don't want the military to have consumer GPS devices, right? You don't want your location shared if you're on the front line somewhere and wearing a U.S. military uniform and acting on behalf of the country.
But look, we're doing the Wednesday dance.
Remember, even ISIS and Osama and the gang were all in those caves with those backgrounds to try to obscure where they were broadcasting from when they've broadcast their messages of love and hate.
Yeah, that really
mostly
worked.
hate.
Yeah.
The Prince
Well,
Harry,
it was love of hate. Yes,
love of hate.
the Prince Harry nonsense this week. Some of the backwash on him is that because he's talking about killing people in Afghanistan, that this could come back to haunt him.
That and his drug use may actually be problematic in terms of him seeking any kind of permanent residence here in the US of A. That we don't want that type here. And now he's come right out and shared everything, including losing his virginity to an older woman.
Wow.
But he was a young stallion at the time. I don't know. This is what I hear.
Did I hear this book has sold 1.4 million copies?
Fastest selling nonfiction book in Random House history.
All right. So who, again, is the idiot here? He's just printing money on this nonsense.
Yep.
And it's a hefty read, right? 400 pages?
Right.
Yeah.
I like to think that there are like maybe 75 pages of pictures in the middle. I always love those books.
Yeah, right. I'm tired of reading. Oh, a bunch of pictures.
Ooh,
good.
Look.
Ooh. Ooh, there's Camilla. Ooh.
Ooh.
There's
Ooh,
Prince
look, his
Andrew.
dad isn't holding his hand.
All right.
And if your bookstore is sold out of that, you can buy my novel, Righteous Might. Just remember
All right,
that.
here we go. Let's get
There
ready.
you go.
Let's get a plug in for some decent author here.
Yes, and fiction.
What is it
Fun
called,
fiction.
Keith?
It's called Righteous Might. I just happen to have a copy right here.
Keith wrote that book.
that's good because I was going to say we don't have a copy in the studio this week.
Right.
All right, so buy that instead.
Yeah.
And hasn't Harry told all the better, good, juicy parts of whatever this
I would think
is?
so.
Seems like it.
I mean, really. He's talking about how his penis froze when he was doing something. I had that experience. I didn't write a book. I was delivering newspapers in the middle of winter
Oh, that's
many years ago and got home and, oh my God, I can't feel something down there.
Oh.
Yeah.
And your mom had to treat you with hot water bottles?
Yeah,
or
exactly. Right.
something? Okay.
hmm
Boy.
So big deal. All right, Ryan,
That's
what do you got?
chapter 3 of Gary's book.
Chapter
Yes.
It's coming up. Yeah.
There it is. It said, caller states 2 nights ago her air conditioner was pushed in. She found 2 wallets, and then she found a man named Dakota in her refrigerator and kicked him out.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Happens
Can't you
all the
imagine going to
time.
that lady's house and going, huh?
Yeah, there's somebody in the refrigerator. Is your refrigerator running? Or whatever
Excuse
that
me,
joke
sir.
is?
Your name? I'm
Yeah.
Dakota. Nice to meet you, Dakota. Now, please get out of
And then
my
the-
lettuce crisper.
The comments is, can you get in? It must be a big refrigerator. Maybe it was the old ones that had that, kind of the bowed front. Maybe that was what kind it was. I don't know if I could climb in a refrigerator. And
Well, if you saw Joker, he climbed in his refrigerator.
Yeah. True.
And what did we find out this week? Apparently, Joker's pregnant. I only saw the headline. I really should read these things before I bring them up, but I saw a picture of a pregnant Joker. So,
He's
so
a
much
Maine.
going on.
He's in Maine.
Well, I guess I don't know what's happening there.
Okay.
He's a cartoon, so I guess anything can happen.
Okay.
Scooby-Doo solves mysteries, and he's a dog, so why the hell not?
All right.
And then I have one more. This was right after the New Year. I saved it because I didn't have time last week. A little fun at the bus depot where there was a man stripping. So someone said, "Hey, that's in-flight in-flight entertainment there at the bus depot." A man was stripping. So that's what's going on in Waukesha that the police have to respond to. So
if that's your worst problem,
yeah. Well, I guess that's what's at least highlighted. But yes, if that's our worst problem, but that's just the crazy out in the world between having to go to someone's house that has someone in the refrigerator and then someone at the bus depot, and it's
not bad. And your son Hank has been celebrating his birthday now for about 3 or 4 weeks.
He has. He's a bowling nut. So all he wants to do is bowl. So he had a bowling birthday party last Saturday with all his friends, and they bowled all day. And then when they left, they bowled after that. So I think he bowled 5 games that week. So
well, that's good that bowling still has some traction, because I thought it was kind of falling away. Who would want to bowl? But do they have leagues and stuff? Remember leagues?
Yeah, they still have leagues, and then he watches all of the pro bowlers on YouTube, and his goal is to get in the 100 club, and then he thinks we're buying him a bowling ball.
Okay. How much?
He's already done with the stilts and all the clown.
Yeah. What about?
Well, yeah, that's kind of yesterday's news. We want a bowling ball now. So
okay, so the stilts, which you got for Christmas, and you showed him walking on them last week. They're somewhere in the corner. That's it. They're done. I need a bowling ball
because I don't want everything banged up in the house. So the only thing we haven't put together is the unicycle. So that might be next week. So
okay, and that'll last a week, and then I'm bowling, and that's it.
Yeah, and I don't know how much a bowling ball is, but we're going out of town this weekend, and at the hotel we're staying has a bowling alley. So he's already psyched on that. So
and he's
as Garry says, you'd like to come back as Hank.
Yeah, really. The way you treat him. He's 7?
He's 7, yes.
Yeah.
But sometimes he's going on 16. Him and I were sitting on the couch, and he said, "Dad, there's this girl at school, and every time I look at her, I get butterflies in my stomach, and I want to kiss her." And he says that deadpan straight to me, and I'm going, "Okay, well, that happens, Henry. You're in kindergarten. You don't need to worry about that now."
Yeah. Okay. You want to come over and see my unicycle? That's next.
Yes. So that's what we're dealing with our house is bowling and falling in love with girls when you're in kindergarten.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ryan.
Yep.
Let's pay homage to the sponsors, and then Leslie, you've assembled some stories we can talk about. How about that? And Bettenhausen would be first up on the docket.
Bettenhausen Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Tinley Park is Chicagoland's Jeep Cherokee headquarters. Bring the journey to life during the Start Something New sales event. Bettenhausen has over 50 new Jeep Cherokees in stock. And right now, you can get $3,750 bonus cash. Lease a new 2022 Jeep Cherokee for $399 per month. Your best Jeep buying experience starts now at BettenhausenCDJR.com.
A lot of Jeeps on the road. I think that's the #1 selling vehicle in the country. Sweet ride. Woo! All right. What?
Can you look at one without thinking that the back lights are supposed to be reminiscent of gas cans, and that there are 7 sections?
Wait a minute. I didn't hear that story. I know the 7 grill pieces, the 7 inserts, the different spaces. Remember, that is a little homage to the first vehicle to be on all 7 continents. That's why they have 7 openings in the grill. I didn't hear about that gas can thing.
And the tail lights are supposed to be reminiscent of the gas cans that Jeeps used to carry during military operations. Really? Or I may be pulling this completely out of my ass, which I've been doing all afternoon. So why should it change right now?
All right. Keep pulling, because some of the stuff...
I'm going to knock her ass on the ground after this. Sorry.
Angry Mama. Alan, who's up next on the fine sponsorship program? Yes, this man, Mike Mascow, has put together this coffee company, and it is good. In addition to the coffee and tea, Mike has started to sell the roast to order candle. And if you like the aroma of coffee, you light this candle, and it's like your coffee machine is going all day. The whole room smells like his roast to order coffee, and not just it kind of smells like coffee. It really does smell like his coffee. And I love that aroma. If you love coffee, get one of these candles because you will love it. And that's, again, in addition to the coffee and tea that he sells, organically grown. And he ships around the continental United States. He's got the coffee press. There's the GarrForce coffee mug nestled in between the presses. And he's got scoopers and all the accessories you need. He's got a brews letter where you can save some money. Go to that website and it'll explain everything. That's how I start my day. Got to have the roast to order coffee. This man, too, another great guy. David Hochberg will guide you through a refi, a mortgage, veterans loan, reverse mortgage. He'll tell you about your credit score, how to make that good so you can get the lowest rate, and everything else that you need to know about mortgages and things. And it's a free consultation by calling that number, 855-56-DAVID. And you've got all the information right there on the screen to help you out. He's been doing this for a long time. He knows what's going on out there. And it is a little weird. Rates keep going up, but he has got an idea for you to get through that. So call if you're looking to buy a home. All right. A refi.
Cool.
You're at here. Right.
Shall we set up the giveaway?
Yeah. What do you want to do? Hashtag
Friday the 13th. That seems
wait
like
a minute. Correction. Mike Masco's checking in. Those are canisters. I can't figure out a canister from a press. I swear to God, I've got a canister. And I
he's going to kick you in the canister if you don't get the terminology right.
I have a hard time with that in the screen door. Okay. When I first got this and I thought it was the press, and I'm thinking, how does this work? Okay. Because there's a thing in here, but I don't know how the coffee would come out right. And he said, that's a canister. That's not a press. So I got that straightened out. Right?
Yes.
So there. Nothing in the canister right now. And then I realized he sent me a press. This is a press.
There you go.
And now I got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. He also, or somebody is clarifying something else that we apparently got wrong, but what is that? Oh, no, not that we got wrong. It's Frank talking about the bold roast. That's something new that Mike is offering and roast
There's
order.
A bold roast. If you like it really bold, he's got that now too.
There you go.
He's got you covered.
And for all of you who are entering the giveaway, no spaces. So Lucinda and Charles.
Hashtag Friday the 13th.
There you go. You don't have to worry about capitalization, but it's got to be all together.
All together now.
Correct.
There you go.
All right. So queue up with that. And while you're doing that, we're going to do the stories that Leslie has assembled.
Because broadcasters love lists, we've got the top 10 cities in the U.S. for bed bugs for you today.
Yes. Number 10.
Scintillating Columbus, Ohio.
Number 9.
Washington, D.C.
8.
I got nothing on any of these. Baltimore. 7. Indianapolis. 6.
What do you mean
Detroit.
you got nothing?
Well, I mean, shouldn't we be saying something snappy like, oh, Indianapolis,
I
Washington,
got bugged
D.C.
in
Indianapolis.
No, okay, go back to Washington,
there.
D.C. I thought it was all cockroaches, but I could be wrong.
See, there you go. That's what we're supposed to be riffing on it real funny. Right. So 6 Detroit, 5 Los Angeles, 4 Cleveland, 3 Philadelphia, 2 New York, and the number 1 city for bed bugs, Chicago, Illinois, because you might not know where Chicago is unless I said Illinois.
And I also heard Chicago's number 1 for worst traffic. Number 1, and worse than Los Angeles, which is hard to believe.
Yeah, that and the shootings and stuff. Yeah, Chicago.
My God, good PR. Yeah.
Great,
Keep it coming.
We were talking about Kanye West. Congratulations are in order just months after finalizing his divorce from Kim Kardashian. Kanye West has taken a new bride. The marriage is not official in the eyes of the law, but insiders say it's true love between Kanye and Bianca Censori. Censori works as an architect for Kanye's Yeezy brand. The two were spotted this week at a restaurant in Beverly Hills where paparazzi noticed him sporting a new wedding band on his ring finger.
That's where you would put that, yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to
Right.
through his nose, where
Right. Some
you
people do.
might.
Imagine her
Um,
calling her mother, "Hey, good news! I found my man. Who is it? Kanye West. Woo!"
wah, wah. Real live version of the Pina Colada song coming out of Bosnia. It happened in 2007, but we're just hearing about it now because apparently they still are using the Pony Express or something. But a husband and wife started cheating on each other via an internet chat room. The online lovers decided that they had so much in common with the person that they had been in regular contact with that they decided to finally meet up in person. And what do you know? They'd been sneaking around with each other the entire time. But unlike the song, these two just got divorced, and that's the end of that.
Wow, but it's interesting. They match up, so they should have reconciled.
You would think that that would be, and that's the way the song goes is, we realized that we were meant to be together, but
Ooh,
a
the chances.
a struggling city in Arkansas is pinning its future on a teenager. The city of Earl has definitely seen better days before the shoe factory shut down and the only grocery store was forced to close. But there are hopes that all this is going to change under the guidance of their new 18-year-old mayor, Jalen Smith. One of Mr. Smith's first missions in office will be to reestablish a 24-hour-a-day police department. Mr. Smith also says he plans to tear down some of Earl's more dilapidated buildings and lure new businesses to put people back to work.
Wow, those are extreme measures. A
about
24-hour
it?
police department.
So
That's interesting.
what happens when you call the cops at 2:00 in the morning?
What's the
Leave a message.
population of this place?
It's several thousand. I thought it might be like one of
Yeah,
those cities, 15
200
people.
people, yeah.
Right. No, it had more than that.
Okay,
Not for long
18-year-old.
unless Mr. Smith gets, it going again. Speaking of grocery stores shutting down, some grocers in New York may soon be locking up their expensive items or more expensive items to reduce theft. Members of the National Supermarket Association say that in some cases, their only option will be to lock up meat departments and sections of produce departments or risk having their bottom lines completely undermined. In addition to seeing thieves becoming more brazen in their willingness to apply their five-finger discounts, owners are also warning that these shoplifters are becoming more violent. They say no employee wants to be traumatized for the sake of a job.
Is that meat in your pants? Or are you shoplifter?
and as we've learned, don't engage. So
Right.
I don't see the downside. So if anybody wants to go shopping, no.
I got a T-bone right here. I got a nice T-bone.
We got time for one or two more?
Oh, yeah.
Some hairdressers in Belgium are doing their part to save the planet. The burgeoning Hair Recycle Project has salons across the country sweeping up hair, bagging it, and handing it off to a company that turns the hair into matted squares that can soak up oil and other chemicals. Other uses for the hair are also in the works. Salon owners pay a little price. So they're actually paying to be the recyclers here, but they say that the karma points seem to be worth it.
When you think about all the hair at all the salons, that's a lot of hair. I know when I get my hair cut, I look on the floor and I'm thinking, that's just me. And you
You're
add
just
that
bragging now because you still have a full head of
up.
hair.
This is a piece, but they still have
copious amounts of hair.
I still go and pretend that it's real and I get it. Okay. But that is a good thing because there's so much hair.
What were you telling me? Your toupeeder was going off this week.
I've heard that Brad Pitt wears a piece.
No.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's fine.
Did
Whatever
you see
it is. Okay. I know. This is what we do with guys like that. Us guys. Yeah, he's probably got a hairpiece. He's probably
Yeah, right.
he's probably bad in bedders. We always look for something that will weaken this guy because he's such a stud.
Yeah, that tattoo. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have that
Yeah.
tattoo.
Yeah, he's probably got a piece. Okay.
And police in one town in England are on the lookout for the ne'er-do-well known as the cat shaver of Coventry. Over the last 2 years, someone has taken to shaving perfect squares of fur off people's cats. The latest victim is a 6-year-old cat named Tallulah, who came home from an unaccompanied outing with a large square of fur missing from her belly. Whoever is doing the shaving causes no other harm, and their motive remains unclear.
Maybe they're going to make it where you can send it to that place that uses it to get oil spills.
There you go. Make a mat out of it.
Yeah.
It soaks up. Yeah.
That's
Put
a
it in the
weird-
garage.
Talk about weird.
Uh,
Jesus.
Oh, George Bliss is in the comment section.
Okay. Yes. Okay. You said this is another thing that was discussed prior to airtime. Friend of the show and a good friend of mine, George Bliss, emailed you and everybody else. I didn't see this email that he had spent 2 days with Lisa Marie Presley.
Right.
And Alan, you gave him a way to check in.
Yeah, I have not heard from George.
George, do you want to come on and talk about this? If
We
you
got
do,
some time.
yeah, he's got all the information to check in here if he wants to talk about it. since
Although
we're
we are
paying
just
homage.
a couple of minutes from the top of the hour. So
Yes, we're going to have to make sure we don't trip on anything here because we got news, weather, sports, traffic, and everything at the top of the hour.
Sure.
And if he doesn't check in, then I'll talk about how I spent 2 days with Barbara Walters. I mean, I can.
Did you?
No.
Oh, but you
Robbie
did spend
Knievel?
time.
No.
No. We did hear something new about Bill Murray. And you did spend some one-on-one time with Bill Murray.
Well, this is many years ago. I was at a function. I was emceeing this function, and he and Gilda Radner, if you remember her from Saturday Night Live, were the featured guests, and I had to introduce them. And he was not the friendliest guy that I've ever met. But then you said you met him years after that, and he was very friendly. I don't know. I don't know these celebrities. Who knows?
Well, and we all have off days. You went through that whole period where you wouldn't let us look you in the eye.
Well, and I had sheets up all over the place where you couldn't see me.
And we had to spray your cologne in the studio prior to your arrival.
As weird as that sounds, there were people we worked with that did do that shit.
There was somebody who also had the phones taken out of their studio because they found it distracting, even though like 15th caller wins tickets to some monster truck rally or something like that, but they had them take the phones out because it was distracting. You actually had to share a control board with somebody. Oh wait, it's all the same person who taped everything in place because they didn't.
So they hire this guy, and I come into the studio the day after he starts, and there's duct tape over all the knobs and things. And I said, what the hell's wrong? Apparently, this guy had things set so they couldn't be changed. He was very weird about this, and they accommodated this nonsense. And the whole studio was jury rigged for him. And it made no sense.
But you had to use it.
But I still, and it didn't work for me. And I'm thinking, does he own the radio station? Is he the head guy here? No. It's used by a lot of people. So what the hell's going on here? But I mean, he was even more extreme. He had curtains up. It was like the Wizard of Oz. You couldn't look at the guy.
By the way, belated birthday wishes to Howard Stern and Rush Limbaugh. Yesterday,
they were born on the same day, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. How about that? Two of the richest broadcasters ever on the same day. Huh.
There's something going on.
Oh.
How's that horseshoe feeling right about now? Still feeling good?
Yeah, so far. And tonight could be the big payoff. Worth it. Worth it to sit on that for a few weeks. Okay. You got everything out?
Yeah. And,
okay. Let's see what the mystery prize is.
So we're giving away a Project K9 Hero hat. And mind you, it's a really cool, I would open it up,
Still
but I want you to have
Look
it fresh. Yeah, it's real, but it's got like a really cool logo. So
nice.
Project
And
K9
it's
Hero
such a
hat.
great organization. Takes these retired TSA and police dogs and puts them in a sanctuary for the rest of their lives. and it really does good. Jason Johnson is the guy who started it, and he works off of donations. I am wearing Canine Hero socks right now.
I have to update the graphic. It just occurred to me. This one still says 2022.
Do you like my bling?
Wow.
I got
Is
some
that a
bling.
new necklace?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm going to be wearing this.
Yeah, there you go.
Biatch.
When you put it on those nights when you put your grill in. Yeah,
Yes, my
that's a good look.
biatch.
Wow. Did you
And
buy
I'm
that for
singing-
yourself at
and I'm singing
Things
Victoria-
Remembered?
And I'm singing Victoria's Secret. Yeah.
By the way, Things Remembered, we just found out, is going out of business. So
What is it?
Things Remembered from the mall. I think every
that a
store in the
chain?
mall is going out of. Yeah.
I never
Like,
saw it.
You could buy glasses, and all the stuff you bought there was not real expensive, but they would get you on the engraving. So you could buy gifts for your groomsmen if you wanted them all to have matching cufflinks or gold toothpicks. It was the place to go buy them.
Did they have promotional screwdrivers? Because I collect those.
Oh, that's right. I bet you they did. Well, not anymore. We're also giving away a ball liquor and a condom.
None of our business.
And
Yeah.
And
What is it?
I know what this is. We only gave away one of these in the past, but I knew there were two in there. It's a poo flinger. You get to load up your little sticky poos and then fling them.
There we go.
Up top of the
We got to go to news, weather, traffic, sports, and a lot of other information that you don't really need because you could get on your phone. Whose poo do you fling?
These little poo guys.
Oh, I thought, okay, good. They give you poo. Oh my God. All right. I thought, no.
No. Otherwise, you just get a slingshot and fling your own if you want.
They
If
give
want
you
to go all.
poo is
They do.
included.
Yes, it's just happy poo. It's not the
It's not the negative poo.
Oh,
Flying poo is a
no.
great clown name too. I like that. I saw George in the comment section. He wants to know how to get on. I thought, George, Alan sent you the information.
Technical
right.
nightmare.
All right.
So
So
let's
that's,
talk more about somebody who has to broadcast with coverings over the window.
oh my
No,
God. We work with so many weirdos. Really.
Lordy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was remembering a party I went to. I was all of 19 years old, and my husband just found a tape of like one of my first traffic reports that I did with you and your partner when I was all of like 19, and I got invited.
Don't say on this anatomically correct dial something happened. Please don't.
No, but we'll have story. We're going to have a guest coming up in a couple of weeks here that we'll be able to reminisce about some of our time in Chicago radio with, and let's just leave it at that. It'll be exciting when he
next
comes.
Friday, our favorite magician Bill Cook will be on. He hasn't been on in a while. He's been on a ship.
All right, George just figured out how to join us, and I'll show the picture of Bill Cook before we put him on. Because Bill was here, and he and I got together at Epcot on January 1st. There he is.
There's Bill, and he's going
and that's the first time I'd seen him in person in a good 5-6 years.
He's been on a cruise ship, right?
Well, since for about the last year or so, as things started opening up again, and then obviously the pandemic, and it had been a few years before that since I'd seen him.
So he'll join us next Friday. And then in the coming weeks, Chicago Bulls broadcaster Chuck Swirsky will be on to talk about a book that he's put out. I worked with Chuck many years ago, and I don't know.
So that's who I was talking about.
Okay, I don't know if it was pleasant because in the book he references it, and he said we were kind of weird to him. It's so long ago, I don't remember. Listen, it was weird all around. So, and here he is, Mr. Bliss. What a great name, George Bliss.
I don't know, Alan. I was looking at my email and you sent it to my text message. I'm so dumb.
Okay, but that's funny because you are my tech guru, so don't say that.
Well, I was texting Alan. Oh, there I am. I was texting Alan to send it to me on email. I guess you didn't see my text, right, Al? I guess not. Huh?
Well, I sent it to your text, and then I saw your text right under the address for the studio saying, "Send it to my email. I can't find it." So your tech guy needs a little help there, Garry.
It doesn't matter.
I could go on to
what we're
all right,
talking
so
about here is
who wants to know about Lisa Marie
you
Presley?
were with
Who
Lisa
wants to
Marie.
know?
Tell the story, George.
For a couple days, and how long ago was this?
2004. I just looked it up. Everybody remembers Soundstage 10 and 11 on the north side of Chicago.
That's a PBS show.
Yeah. And out of the blue, a guy that was actually a customer of mine. Hey, Garry, you remember Steve's old friend Joe something from St. Charles?
This thing's going to swerve in so many behind-the-scenes references now. I can. Hey, remember da-da-da.
No, the guy that was Joe, he was a wrestling promoter, and he did a lot of concerts with you and Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, and he also was the manager of that guy from the Beach Boys.
George just wants to know if you can still remember stuff.
Right. All I want to know is
did.
about Lisa Marie. All this other stuff I might remember. I don't. Nobody cares. Let's go with this. You know that guy. Yeah, that guy.
So this guy by the name of Joe and another guy named Jimmy, who was a customer of mine, said, we got a special thing. You're the only guy that can do it, Chicago. We're having Lisa Marie Presley come to Soundstage. Oh, my God. And we're sending a security guy, a paid security guy, and you're driving out there in the Cadillac Escalade or whatever that was. And when you went to Butler Aviation, Leslie, you remember Butler Aviation, right?
Here we go.
Sure.
This is one of those things. Guess how many inside references are going out on this.
Butler,
and we invite. I'm sorry.
We invited her jet. George. We picked her up. Yeah, we picked her up, and she had this most incredible Falcon 50 jet. They called the Lisa Marie 2. It was an extended jet. It held 18 people. I was speechless, and I'm in the front seat. She goes, "Hi, I'm Lisa Marie," and she had a security guy with her and a gentleman from Omega Watch. Don't ask me why. Somebody from Omega Watch with her. So we drove down to 5400 North General.
None of this matter. Okay, so you were escorting her around because she needed somebody that was familiar with whatever they needed.
Honest to God, I was the gopher. Literally, I'd go get her water and a chair. She was lovely.
Nice,
honestly,
nice woman.
I'm not making stuff. And just look, the most beautiful diamonds and necklaces. I was impressed, and I wore a suit with a goofy tie. And she said, "Is it nice living in Chicago?" I said, "Oh, it's beautiful." She goes, "I don't like California," she said. I went, "Uh-oh, there's the problems right there." And
you should move to Chicago. Yeah, Lisa Marie Presley in Chicago. that didn't seem like a fit, but that's me.
Didn't she have a house in Tennessee at this point?
Yeah. I mean, her roots, where her daddy is buried. She's going to be buried in the backyard with him. The backyard of Graceland.
I guess her son, who passed away a couple of years ago, is there. Yeah. So isn't that convenient? We've got some cats buried out back, but I can't imagine Tim and I having.
Well, that's the thing. George seems to have frozen up.
I think we've lost.
There we are. There's Alan. Alan's back on the air.
All right, find the signal. Here we go. So, what did you have to do for her overall?
Honest to God, I was her gopher. I would go get water, and I would watch her purse, and I'd watch her stuff. And then she went up on the stage with a professional band. You remember Dennis DeYoung, his band, not Styx, his band, but his band, his guy's guitar player. And Jay Giles was there, and she sang, and she was horrific, and I was cringing. She couldn't find the key. No, sure, she couldn't find the key. So Joe, this big producer, was a mean guy, said, "Miss Presley, we're only going to give you one song on South Stage because you're not ready for the second song." She was like, oh. So she sat down by us again, and she did one song, and the next day they did the live show, and she was horrific. She couldn't sing on key. And I think that was...
really, you're in the shadow of Elvis. I mean, think about this, and think about the sons of the Beatles. They're all musicians, but what are you going to do? I mean, this is a huge shadow.
Well, Julian Lennon's decent, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, but still, it's a shadow that's so huge.
Yeah.
I'd go into real estate or something. I wouldn't even try.
My beautiful house here. Yeah.
Yeah, there. Nice bat. Ooh.
Wow, look at you. Look at that background. George living the high life.
Make a long story short, I followed her, and one time I emailed her, and she actually emailed me back. She's so lovely.
And
then
with a restraining order, but that's
no.
Yeah.
No. And guys, everybody knows all the 535 people that texted me the other day for my birthday. Thank you. And it's the same birthday as her father, Elvis. Me and Elvis are both the same day, January 8th. So, Gary, do I have what you call the juju or not?
Yes, you do, George. I mean, without George, half these shows wouldn't even get on because he's helped me so many times when things went sideways.
Oh, yeah.
Without this man, oof. George, I love you.
Well, I think the Link is the new genius, but I'm there.
No, you are. You saved me so many times. We have become so close over the years because of that.
And I love Leslie's new little shorter haircut. I like it. Very cute.
Oh, thank you. I got them all cut, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, Vidal Sassoon will be sending you the bill tomorrow. Okay.
All right.
I think I got my first pixie when I was 8, so it's really not very different.
Pixie, yes, a pixie. All right, George. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan,
Thanks, George.
for figuring out this for. Bye, everybody.
There you go. See. Yep, rubbing shoulders with dead celebrities.
Yeah. She got off the Lisa Marie 2 jet. Yeah.
Let's do the drawing, guys.
Well, Ellen's got an appointment.
I do. Actually, I have to leave.
I don't blame you, Ellen. All right, here we go. Put it up. Here we go. Hit the button. Say hello to somebody.
Somebody.
It's Banana Man. All right. It was destined for Banana Man today because it seemed to jump out. All right, Banana Man. Alan, tell him what to do so you can go to dinner.
Send an email to Garry Meier Show at GarryMeier.com or text 773-888-2157. Regular charges may apply. And let us know your address so that Leslie, I don't know why I was going for a different name there, so that Leslie could send out the gifts to you in a timely fashion.
All right. And next week, Bill Cook, magician Bill Cook. We're back on Monday. Let's hand out the cannoli. It's complimentary and it's delicious. Here it is. Nice. Leslie, tell us about the Schnauzer this weekend.
You could take your Schnauzer for a ride on the Lisa Marie too, because she's not using it anymore.
Wow. Oh my God. That turned. Okay. God. Roll credits.
Sorry.
Here we go. 3 in the green, gears down, flaps are down, and the humor is down. We have landed.
I'll have my time with
Wow. We've landed.
Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like. This is the GarrForce.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And please tell your friends and family to like and subscribe too.
YouTube.
More eyeballs. It's a good thing.
Subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel. That's what you should do. That's where we gather. Boom. Shakalaka.